Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in today's video. In this two-part series, I want to focus on how to become an effective mentor, and we're going to be looking at 7 steps to becoming a true mentor, one that's leaving a great impact in the lives of your mentees or your mentee. So hang around as we dive straight into these steps. The very first thing is that you want to be asking questions. So ask lots of questions. So when you're mentoring someone, don't assume things. I think asking questions is a great way really to open up a discussion. But when you're asking questions, bear in mind that you want to elicit a discussion, a response. So you want to get some clarity as to what the person is looking for, what the steps they're seeking to take are. And so you're searching for an answer and helping this person to find meaning in their own answer and thereby find meaning in themselves. And so people are coming to you for mentorship because they need direction, they need a way forward. So as a great mentor, you want to make sure that you're asking questions. Don't make it about yourself. So when you're asking questions, you're basically opening the room for a conversation or a discussion, if you may say. So make sure that you're asking questions that will lead the mentee down the road or the path of self-discovery. You see, when you ask questions, it means that someone is going to pause and reflect and seek an answer to your question. And so in trying to help your mentee become who they want to be or become successful in what they are seeking out to do, make sure that you're helping them not only to depend on you, but to be able to find the answers themselves. And that's why you're asking them the questions. And when you ask these questions, you are going a step further to start to build that confidence, self-confidence, as they seek to be able to answer questions that are coming from you. And, you know, it leaves them at a place where they're constantly thinking and they're problem solving and they're becoming self-reliant. And of course, they're also becoming dependable, that, you know, individuals or people that others can depend on and look up to. And by teaching them to ask questions as well, you are letting them know that it's not just about them, it's about also looking outwards and seeking for those answers that they don't have. So teach your mentee to ask questions, but more importantly, make sure you're asking them questions and giving them ample time to answer these questions. One of the things I've seen in mentoring sessions is that someone asks a question and doesn't really give time for the other person to answer. I think really the reason why we ask questions is because we're seeking answers. So when you ask your mentee a question, allow them to answer the question and don't interrupt. Allow them to talk for a moment and only come in once in a while to regulate or to give direction where you feel it is necessary. So the next point in becoming an effective mentor is that you want to share ideas. The mentee is coming to you seeking ideas. They've seen something in you they desire to learn from, they desire to be inspired by you. While you don't want to dictate the things they should do, you should be able to share ideas with them and let your ideas inspire them. So give thought to the kinds of ideas you want to be sharing ahead of time. So this calls for a lot of preparation. And one thing I've realized is lacking in most of our mentoring sessions is that we don't prepare. And so we just allow the conversations or the sessions to unfold. And there is no pre-prepared materials or cheat sheets to kind of guide the conversations. As a mentor, make sure that you have prepared and you have a certain direction you want to take. And so when you do dive into your mentoring session, make sure that you're sharing ideas. Like I said, don't dictate, but simply be able to inspire your mentee. And one of the things really I've seen, or one of the great ways to really dive into mentorship and be successful at this, is that you want to be someone who is brainstorming and giving room for a lot of brainstorming. And brainstorming is really just, approaching a problem in a very holistic manner and doing this together, or sometimes allowing the individual ample time to themselves to think, because the goal really is to cause someone to think outside of the box. You want them to be able to look at things differently and venture into directions that people have not treaded in those directions. And so make sure that you are offering ample time for brainstorming. What I want to do most of the times is to hear what they have, first of all, when they've laid out what the roadmap is for themselves and what they think is the best possible option or choice for them. Then you can come in and kind of open up the discussion and widen the scope of the discussion, just so they can see things differently and be able to travel in your own experience and tap deeper into what it is you're bringing. The mentee has come to you expecting something, and so you have to be able to offer that to them. And it's really about advising, it's about giving them good ideas and sharing these ideas in a way that doesn't leave them wanting. Don't kind of inundate them or just overwhelm them with these ideas. Give room for them to be able to think on these things. Don't just throw so many ideas at a time. Release them gradually and over a period of time and allow them to ponder, so that at the end of the mentoring session or period, they would have found the one thing they love and want to stick with, or you would have inspired them to be able to do something they love and something they aspire to succeed in. And the next thing here in our mentoring journey, how to become a successful and effective mentor, is that you want to tell stories. It's important that during those mentoring sessions that you tell very impactful stories, success stories, I call them. Tell stories, personal stories, your own journey to success, or at least the best practices that you have been able to gather throughout your life, and be able to inspire them with these success stories. And really, the thing with success stories is that they have a way to inspire the mentee and help them to stay engaged. I don't want to be in a mentoring session where the mentor is just giving me materials and I can't find a way to relate these materials to real life. So the things you're teaching should come sometimes in form of short stories, anecdotes. Use these to inspire them and to leave them at a point where they are constantly thinking. And these stories should be your examples that would stick with them long after the sessions are over. They would continually remember these stories that you've told them in these mentoring sessions. I take the example of Jesus when he mentored his disciples, especially the 12 apostles. One thing we see often is that he told stories in the form of parables, and these were very impactful and these were remembered. We read these in the Bible today, and some of them are really compelling and they tell stories with great life lessons. So do the same in your mentoring session. Seek to tell stories that have great meaning and impact, and that have sometimes concealed meaning, so they can be able to decipher what it is you're trying to teach them from these stories. So don't make it too easy. Sometimes, make it a little difficult in that they have to think and be able to process the story to get the idea you're driving home. So tell stories. It is an effective way to mentor someone. Moving forward here, the next point or the next step in becoming an effective mentor is that you should be able to go a little deeper. Go deeper with your mentee. They're not coming to you really seeking for you to just affirm their ideas or their choices, but I think it is very important for you as a mentor to take them down into a deeper session. I mean, you have to be able to go past the surface level ideas and go deeper. When you have done the things we've listed so far, asking questions, telling stories, this is not just to entertain, but you want to get to a point where you're going deeper and helping them to dive deeper with you so they can be able to tap deeper meaning into the issues at hand. So take them deeper. Allow them to be able to experience the deep knowledge that you're bringing to the table and learn and tap into that with you as you journey with them in your sessions. And sometimes you may also want to challenge some of the assumptions and some of the preconceived ideas that your mentee has. That's a way to really get them to go deeper. You know how sometimes we are very consumed with our own ideas. We are so driven by our own thoughts and imaginations. And when someone challenges that, sometimes it can be very interesting to start to look at things differently because someone has challenged that preconceived idea you were bringing to the table. So I love it when, you know, someone questions some of the things I've held, my long held beliefs, and causes me to begin to think and to ponder and to see how flawed some of my ideas and opinions might be. This really is constructive criticism, sometimes just bringing eye openers to the person and helping them to realize that there might be other alternatives and of course other options that may work even better. So yeah, be willing to go down that road. Don't be afraid to challenge the ideas and the assumptions that your mentee is bringing to the table, and do this from a place of love and a place of wanting to help, and not a place of trying to pull down the person, make them feel worthless. Nothing is as discouraging as a mentor making the mentee feel worthless. They're going to leave the session and not come back. So let them feel appreciated. And so that's the end of the first part of our series on how to become an effective mentor. If you've learned from this, join us again next time when we come back to continue to talk about how to become a great mentor. And thanks for watching our channel, and continue to share these ideas and inspire others by doing so. God bless you.